Indeed, and let's try and assess how this race is going to be run and to whose advantage it might be, Steve. I intuited from your brief comments on this quartet that you had a sneaky little fancy for Darabin here.
Oh well, a sneaky little fancy. If I knew, I think he's as well handicapped as anything in the race. I think he's a hard horse to completely trust because he can make mistakes, and he's showed a very lacklustre effort here last meeting, so he's more than capable of running poorly. I just think it's a race where she's full of ifs. I'm not sure there's much obvious pace in the race. I think Capeland would prefer to get a lead rather than have to do it himself, which he might have to. I think Yorkers is a horse who has to be finessed to win. I don't think he's a horse who finds an awful lot off the bridle. And Poker School, who again you can definitely make a case out for. One, I think, could do with a reasonable pace, and two, he's another horse I'm not sure he's the absolute heartiest in the finish. So it's Johnny Nash says, there's more questions than answers.
There is Poker School. He's got I don't know whether the cheap pieces give him that appearance, but he's got a very inquisitive look about him.
Yeah, he has. He is having a good look around, and he's following the wrong horse because he'd have his own ideas as well. So they can have an interesting conversation, I think.
Darabin nearest to you. Poker School the far side. Jamie Moore and Tom O'Brien, and Harry Cobden and Harry Skelton are the other two riders in this race, and they look as though they both want to take a lead on Capeland and Yorkist. Here's Simon.
And they're off. Darabin in the headgear on the left of Poker School as they head towards the first fence in this Unibet handicap chase. The favourite Capeland settled in third by Harry Cobden, and Yorkist at the back at fence number 1, and they're all safely over. Poker School was rather left-handed there. Now an open ditch, the outside portion of what will be the final fence in a circuit's time. Darabin from Poker School over ahead of Capeland, and then Yorkist held up by Harry Skelton, last of the 4. So racing up the hill with a circuit ahead of them. That's the past course and distance winner, Darabin, getting weight all round here under Jamie Moore from Poker School and Tom O'Brien. Capeland, who's won 3 of his last 4 starts. Harry Cobden on the far side for trainer Paul Nicholls, who's had his usual good run of Saturdays recently. And Yorkist is held up by Harry Skelton, the Aintree winner 2 starts ago. So turning right-handed now, and the next will be the downhill fence on the side of the course. And Darabin skips a couple of lengths or so clear of Poker School on the descent, a bit more now. Then Capeland and Yorkist on towards this third fence of 13 here. Darabin by about 4 lengths. Poker School's on the outside of Capeland into it, then Yorkist over in last place. About to turn right-handed into the back straight. A couple of plain fences coming up, then an open ditch. And the sequence down the back ends with the 3 railway fences. And Darabin by 2.5 lengths on takeoff there, skims over from Poker School. Capeland landing about 3 or 4 lengths away in third, and then Yorkist over the next. Good jumping all round there. Darabin applying a bit of pressure from the front at this open ditch. Darabin safely over, Poker School fiddled over, then Capeland and Yorkist. So racing halfway down the back straight now and on towards the next. And Darabin making this a reasonable test from Poker School in second place. Capeland brushes through that one, and then Yorkist still weighted with in the hands of Harry Skelton. Now the railway fences, 3 plain fences close together. Darabin shaken up going into this one under a positive ride from Poker School. Then Capeland on the inside of Yorkist onto the middle of the 3. Darabin shortens, measures it well. Poker School. Yorkist has gone past Capeland, and now Capeland, the favourite, is last of the 4 and didn't jump that one too fluently either. So they run towards the exit from the back straight. Could the favourite be in trouble here? He's dropped a good 6 lengths behind Yorkist at the back. Meanwhile, Darabin continues to press on and apply further pressure off his lightweight. Darabin by 3.5 lengths to Poker School and Yorkist, and now Harry Cobden is stoking up Capeland at the back of the field as they make their journey towards the pond fence, which is 3 from the finish. Capeland is making ground again. Darabin holds a useful lead though, heading towards this third last. Darabin and Jamie Moore comes in to take it over safely. Poker School a bit closer on landing, so too Yorkis, who slides around the inside, and Capeland is a couple of lengths further back. They turn for home. Darabin's got several potential challengers now. Here's the second last, Darabin. His jumping's been good, over clear of Poker School and Yorkis, and now Capeland is dashing down the outside, begins to pick up quite well in between the final 2 fences. Darabin has a lead of about 3 lengths approaching the last. Darabin this time just fiddles over Poker School. Capeland still could wrest it down the outside. He's charging at Darabin now. It's Darabin from Capeland up towards the line. Jamie Moore versus Harry Cobden. Darabin is all out, a half length to Capeland, and Darabin wins. Denies Capeland another success. Then Poker School and Yorkis fighting it out for third.
Well, that was Darabin for Gary and Jamie Moore, and his third win here at Sandown Park, getting stacks of weight, but a very tough, tenacious performance in the closing stages at 7-2.